We're in the process of doing some, I would guess you would call it routine maintenance on this tank.
Good morning, good morning.
The name of the tank is Hackberry Tank.
We have gloves right there.
It's located approximately 72nd and Teller. When they built this tank back in the early 60s, they installed tennis courts on top. So people come up here, they do recreation, the kids will skateboard. They don't understand that this is an integral part of our water distribution system.
Just look forward, don't look down.
The last time we had to take this tank fully out of service was about 3 decades ago. With this tank down, we especially wanted the younger guys that are working in our water operations division to see the inside of this tank. So along with that, we opened it up to some of the other departments and divisions who don't really know what we do. I think it gives them a better appreciation of the efforts it takes to provide good, clean, potable water to our customers. When you're down in it, it looks much larger than when you're standing on top of it.
With the way the tank was designed, inlet on that side, outlet on that side, I get the swirl and I get a lot of movement in here. I don't have any water quality issues.
It's a 10 million gallon storage tank. It is about 28 feet in depth, the water depth. This serves zone 2, which is our red zone. This is the lower red zone. And we'll bring divers in every 6 to 8 years and they will wet vac the bottom of the tank and remove the sediment. No matter how well you treat the water, you do get microscopic sediment that flows through. And these tanks are designed, the water moves through them very slowly, so that any particles that remain after the treatment process drop out in the bottom of the tank. When the divers went down in 2014, they found that some of the caulking on the floor had begun to pull up, for lack of a better term. And at that point we thought, we hadn't been in this tank in decades for comprehensive inspection, and it was time to do that now. In order to take the tank out of service, there's 10 million gallons of water, and we did not want to waste it all. So what we did is we have pressure reducing valves throughout the system. So the pressure reducing valves that feed the red zone and the large line that feeds this tank were taken down in pressure. That allowed the water to go out of the tank to our customers. We got to a level of 7 or 8 feet, and at that point we shut the outlet valve off. We returned the pressure reducing valves to their normal setting so our customers wouldn't notice a pressure difference. And we drained the rest of the water from the tank. Now, when you take water to waste, we account for it. But the other thing you have to do is you have to dechlorinate it because you don't want to harm any of the stormwater or downstream waterways from this tank. So we're very careful maintaining that water quality as well for the environment. The large pipes that take the water away from this tank were put in at the same time the tank was in the early 60s. So we went ahead, it sits on top of a hill. You don't want to leak on a hill because it runs downhill, causes a lot of erosion. So we're also updating all of the large transmission line pipes, 24-inch, some 12-inch pipe. The tank is concrete. It's in remarkably good shape for being 50 years old. We're going to remove some valves that were installed 50 years ago that are no longer operational. We're going to re-caulk the floor. And then when we're done, we will disinfect the tank. We'll fill the tank up. We will do water tests to make sure that the water is safe to put back into the system for our customers and hopefully not be back in here for a few more decades.